Hi, fellow trumpet player. I'm aware of the problem you may be having. It goes something like this. You used to play trumpet in your school days. Then you took a long time off because life happens. And now you chose to return, but you lost a lot of the ability you used to have. And you're frustrated because your mind is sharp, but your body, it left you a long time ago. That's because as trumpet players, we have to practice every day. The good news is you can build back what you lost. However, it's going to take some planning and patience on your part. Today, I'm going to give you a routine that can help you reach your goals. But first, let's address the common problem areas of a trumpet player. The list goes something like this: sound, range, endurance, fingers are slow, tonguing is slow. So as a trumpet teacher myself, usually a potential student will come to me and they are convinced that they know what their problem is. They'll come to me knowing for sure that they want to get help with their range. And they'll say, range is my issue, help me develop that. I need to get better at that. Somebody else might say, endurance is my issue, and they're just sold on just focusing on endurance. And then I present a series of exercises to them, and they might wonder, like, why are we doing this? I told you my problem was X. And generally, even before we get to that point, I explain to them what I'm about to tell you right now. And it's this: regardless of what you think your issue is, all of the problems are connected. Sound, range, fingers, tongue, everything's connected. So please don't make the mistake of only focusing on one issue in your trumpet playing. You're going to become unbalanced. Have you ever seen someone that only works out the upper body in their gym and their legs are teeny tiny? Yeah, that's going to be you in terms of trumpet playing. So please don't do that. That's funny looking. So the equivalent of that for a trumpet player would be someone who could play in the extreme high register, but their sound is thin or shrill. That's very unattractive. And even though you have the ability to play high, who's really going to want to work with you? Nobody. Who's going to really want to listen to you? Nobody. Trust me when I tell you, practice a balanced routine. So I think it's really important right now to mention what Claude Gordon taught us were the fundamental parts of trumpet playing. And they are as follows: wind power, the lips, control of the air, the tongue, muscles of the lips and face, the fingers of the right hand, and the left hand. So it's really important to know that one of these affect all. Think about it. What if all of a sudden your ear decided, I want to be a foot? What if your heart decided, boy, I wish I was a kneecap? None of that really works. Each part of the body has its own specific function, and we need that part. Trumpet playing is the same way. So don't get caught up in one area that you think that you need most help with and ignore the other areas. Did I make my point clear yet? Just in case, let me say it one more time a different way. There are no shortcuts to improvement on the trumpet. The best way is a balanced trumpet routine that you practice daily. And you're looking at somebody who used to be a weekend warrior. I found out that is not a good way to practice. There's too many days in a row where you don't touch the horn that it's really hard to make gains. So even if you don't have time to, like, say, practice 1 hour a day, but you have time to practice 20 minutes a day or even less, it's better to practice daily. Now, I think the sweet spot of practice is at least 45 minutes at a time. But if that's not possible for you, touch the horn every day. When it comes to trumpet playing, just like other things in life, I suppose, if you try to take a shortcut, all that's really going to happen is your ability or lack thereof will become exposed. And people will be able to hear, oh, that's somebody who doesn't practice, or that's someone who doesn't take their practice seriously. Trumpet magnifies your mistakes, and taking shortcuts is the biggest mistake. For example, let's say that you believe your area of weakness is the high register, the upper register. And so all you practice for the next month is high notes. What happens over time is your sound gets thin and shrill and unattractive. And believe it or not, your endurance gets low as well. And those high notes you were aiming for, well, you're actually likely going to lose range. So what's the solution? Regardless of what area of trumpet playing you're trying to improve in, this is the way. A well-balanced routine. Here's a pro tip for you. If you're super serious about your comeback on trumpet, I'm recommending that you practice intentional listening for about 5 to 10 minutes each day. So stream a favorite trumpet player of your choice, get your headphones out or set up your good speakers so that you can hear the details of the music. And then the next thing I want you to do is just sit there and listen to music for about 5 to 10 minutes. Don't do anything else. And when the music is over, spend another 5 minutes or so and just think about what you just experienced. This is a form of deliberate practice, and it's harder to do than it sounds. However, it does get easier the more you do it. And if you're somebody who desires to become an improviser, you cannot skip this step. This is a great way to develop your mental strength. So right now, I want to give you what I call the Comeback Trumpet Players practice routine. And I'm going to link to it in the description of this video so you can get your own copy, just in case you're somebody who needs that type of guidance. Click the link in the description. I'm excited to share this with you because this is a routine that can grow with you. So I believe, regardless of your current skill level, if you're a beginner or if you're an advanced player, all trumpet players should have these sections covered in their daily practice routine. So the first thing is this: we do play wind instruments. Without wind, no sound will come out of the instrument. So the first part of your routine is to practice breathing exercises. Now, this may or may not look the way you thought it was going to look. I'm going to tell you, just simply go outside or to the gym and just do your favorite form of cardio exercises. Now, for me personally, I just like going outside and walking around the block at this point. I really love doing that. And so while you're walking, if you're like me, while you're walking around the block, do some deep breathing, about 25 breaths of deep intentional breathing, just to open up your chest area. So it'll look like this. This is just while you're walking around outside. All right. This is just one of many types of breathing exercises that we can do. I know some people that use breathing tubes to practice their breathing and they swear by it. Just do something to open up your chest and practice deep breathing. Remember, one of the fundamental parts of trumpet playing is wind control. The next part of your routine is going to be buzzing, if you're someone that chooses to add buzzing to their routine. And I'm highly recommending lead pipe buzzing the way Bill Adam taught us to do it. Do this for about 2 to 3 minutes so that you can relax the muscles in the face and get the wind flowing through the pipe the way it needs to. The purpose of this is to promote a relaxed breath. Fundamental routine that this covers is the wind power and wind control. Now, please don't be misled by the word power, because you are not trying to blow as hard as you can into this pipe. It's actually the opposite. You're just going to take a relaxed breath and get the lips vibrating. And that's actually a gentle blow, but it is a blow of intention. There's a difference. The next thing you want to practice in your routine is the moving long tones. And we get this from Vincent Chikowitz's studies, or better known as flow studies, Chikowitz flow studies. This is great because it helps you to connect your playing from note to note. You really want to get the best sound possible when you play these. And I've learned that it also helps you to become better at playing lip slurs once you do it properly. Let me play one for you right now. All right, after you play your moving long tones for about 5 minutes, then you want to go on to play some lip flexibilities. Now, right here, I have some real simple flexibility studies straight out of the By book. But really, you can play anything. There's so many options. We got the Colin, we got the By we got the Arbin, We have the Walter Smith, and the list goes on. Play some flexibility studies. I consider flexibility studies to be the master key to trumpet playing. And why is that? It's because if you're able to play slurs properly, the core parts of trumpet playing are all working together the way they should in harmony. That's why I think flexibility is the master key to trumpet playing. About 5 minutes on those two. Next, you want to go to some technical studies, and the most popular, efficient technical studies available are the Clark studies. And that's number one. And then there's the second study, which might be the most popular in the book. And then there's the third study. All right, so your technical studies can take about 5 minutes as well. I'm going to recommend that you slur them and tongue them, and you can do this all in one session, or you can alternate days. Then you're going to want to give some dedicated time to your tonguing. I found that the best way to practice that is through exercises like the ones found in Claude Gordon's daily trumpet routines. The reason why, it looks like this, what you see right here at letter V. And the reason why is because you're dealing with the harmonics. I used to practice tonguing like in scalular patterns, and you can get some moderate success with that. But now on this side of it, I believe that it's better to practice, in the beginning at least, through the harmonic series, the tonguing. It really minimizes the challenges, and you're really dealing with the fundamental part of trumpet playing. So what I just laid out for you is a 30-minute practice session. So tonguing should take about 5 minutes as well. And that leads you to the final part of your practice routine, which is playing music. That's why you do all the practicing anyway. I'm going to suggest that you learn one of your favorite songs by ear, or if you like to read hymns, have fun. If you didn't have fun before, have fun now, all right? And if you're pressed for time, take another 5 minutes to do this. If not, just go on to your heart's content. Now, I have a special note for you. If you're brand new to trumpet playing, like if you're just coming back after taking 10 years or more away from the trumpet, likely you're going to be tired in the face. You're going to feel and sound like a total beginner. In this scenario, you will likely need to work your way up to a 30-minute practice session. So I'm recommending that you practice in 5-minute increments until you get your strength up. This approach can actually lead you to improve your endurance and sound sooner rather than later. So be patient. Another piece of advice that I have for you as a comeback trumpet player is to perform early and perform often. I believe it's a mistake and a trap to get caught up in practicing your routine and only practicing your routine and never performing. We play trumpet so that we can play music in public for an audience. So I'm going to recommend performing sooner than later. Matter of fact, I'm going to tell you, perform before you think you're ready, as early as 6 weeks. I'm saying if you're brand new, if you've taken 20 years off the horn and you just coming back, I'm telling you to perform in about 6 weeks. The reason is performing will take you the rest of the way. So you've been practicing and practicing and practicing, but that can only take you so far. Performance will take you the rest of the way. There are lessons to come from performing that you can't learn from practicing. And so you don't need an audience of 100 or 1,000 people. To begin with, just grab the people in your house, sit them down on the couch and say, hey, this is what I've been practicing. And play for them, again, for about 5 minutes. It doesn't have to be long. If you live alone, knock on your neighbor's door and say, hey, I've been practicing trumpet. Can I perform for you? It's only going to take a few minutes. Get those first notes in public out of the way. You only get better from there. If you learned anything in this video, go ahead and click the like button for me right now so others can be helped too. Also, if you want help in your routine, click the link in the description. Get your practice routine for the Comeback Trumpet Player. Simple exercises that'll help you build your endurance, range, flexibility, all of the above. If you want to continue your learning, go ahead and click or tap on the video on the screen, and I'll see you there.